O-line, D-line.
Lewis Roberts, quarterback.
Makai Birch, wide receiver.
Christian Dykes, running back, linebacker.
Welcome everybody to today's Times Football Media Day, the 2026 edition, where today we're going to be speaking with each of the 11 football programs in Hall County about the upcoming season. I'm sports editor Bill Murphy. I'm joined here by my dedicated sports writer, David Friedlander. But before we get started, we'd like to thank our wonderful sponsors who are making this year's event possible. Those are Northeast Georgia Health Systems, along with our friends at Jackson EMC. First up today, we're joined by Lakeview Academy. In 2025, the Lions finished 5-6 under now fourth-year coach Lee Coleman. Coach Coleman, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. First off, Coach Coleman, tell us who you brought with you today and a little bit about him.
Today I brought a few of my juniors. I have Christian Dykes, running back, linebacker. I have Lewis Roberts, quarterback. I have Makai Birch, who's a receiver DB, and Landon Beasley, who's an offensive guard, defensive tackle.
And Coach, just talk about, first of all, what's the energy of this team like, knowing that you've had 3 straight years where you've gone to the playoffs, but you really feel like you can take that next step?
You know, the energy this year, it's a new club. We got no seniors returning. We got all juniors, sophomores, and freshmen, so we're young but also experienced. New quarterback at the Rim. I know everybody will talk about that. The 3-year starter for us, so going into that new realm. But we are ultra confident in Lewis Roberts and the things he can do, and it's exciting. You've been to the playoffs 3 years in a row. Going into year 4, I think that's the goal. I told those guys riding over here, with our schedule this year, we can either go 0-10 or we can go 10-0. So it's one of those things you can lose every game. So that brings out a sense of urgency with us this year at the practices.
And I'm just going to pass the microphone down the line. Guys, just tell us a little bit about how excited you are about this upcoming season.
I'm very excited about this upcoming season, and I'm hoping to make a great return, and I can't wait, just to get back out on the field and ball.
I'm also excited for this season. It's my first full season at Lakeview, so just super excited to get out there with the guys and just hopefully go make a deep run in the playoffs.
I'm very excited for this season. We got a real young team. I'm ready to see what the future holds for us. Make a deep run too.
I'm also really excited for this upcoming season because this is the season that I can go get an offer. So is everybody else on the team. I'm just really excited.
So Coach, we'll address this to you and maybe to any of the guys who want to respond to this. You kind of touched on it about how you had you're very young but still experienced. A lot of that comes from some of these guys getting thrown in last year, probably maybe before they were ready a little bit. How much do you feel like that has benefited these guys? And if there's anyone who wants to chime in on that, and how much do you feel like that'll impact this season?
So that's a great question. Like I said, we are young, but also experienced. Half of these guys here played as freshmen. They had to get thrown in the fire in the year we went 9-2. So they saw what it looked like in the locker room to be a 9-2 team, and those characteristics we still have. And so returning now is we're going to a paddock camp today. Like that's the exciting part, to see to come together, build the camaraderie, to see how much heart we have, how much we compete, because that's what it's about. This camp right here is show us what our team is really made of, and then next week when we start mandatory practice, the things we need to work on to utilize these guys and their expertise of they're juniors, they're not seniors, but they've played 3 years of football. So I think that's a catalyst for the young guys in building that confidence as we move forward this year.
And Coach, a big storyline for your team this year is Christian's back healthy at running back. How does that change the chemistry and just the overall enthusiasm of this group?
We saw that last year. We was playing Piedmont Academy, and obviously we took care of business in that first time. But you saw flashes in that game when he had a big run and he scored. And when he got hurt, we could tell just off the leadership and what we were losing when he did go down. It's like if you could feel the energy on the sideline go down. We finished with the spirits high to finish that game off, but as the season go, we missed our vocal leader as well. Not only just the demonstration, but the vocal leader to get guys up, to motivate the guys. And so we missed that element. But also the deep play, the threat to score at any given point. So when you lose a guy like that can, at any given point, he can take a run play for 90 yards. That's a big difference. And so having that back last year, I thought we moved the ball really well, but it was we'll break a long run, but we're getting tackled. And now having him back is a chance of, okay, we're breaking these runs, now we're scoring. And that gives us a little more confidence when you score. And the more you see touchdowns on the board, long runs, the better your team is.
And looking forward, you're only a few weeks away from the season. What area do you feel like this team's going to be most improved over last season?
I tell my guys the trenches. That's where we have the most experience on the line, and I think this year will be the year that they have to grow. This is the year they're growing. They have to be the heartbeat of the team. We got to be able to run the football, and that starts up front. And if we can control the line of scrimmage both offensively and defensively, that'll put us in a position to be successful, because that's where most of our returners are, is at the O-line and the D-line. And so I'm excited to see what those guys have and what they're going to bring this year, because we're mature, we're stronger, we're more physical. And so the camp today, this week, and then starting next week when we get to put on some pads and do competition to really get it out of us, because we all know in our region and even in the GIA with football is a physical sport. And so if you can dominate the trenches, that's when I know we'll be able to make a deep run just with those guys.
Of course, making a deep run means doing well in region, and kind of bring us up to speed on what that's going to look like this year. What do you feel like the competition is going to be like?
Yeah, our region, Bethlehem Christian, George Walton, the Loganville Christian last year we lost to. Those guys are strong. I know we lost a region player of the year, and also Loganville lost a region player of the year. George Walton lost a few pieces, but they're all gaining. Bethlehem Christian lost some pieces, but they're gaining. And we know in this region, it's hard to win a region game in this region. And those guys are tough. Like George Walton, I mean, they won our region this past year. A year ago, 2 years ago, we beat them, and then they come back and they beat us, and we got to go to their place again just with the region alignment. Athens Christian got a new coach, and Coach Terrence Mathis, former NFL guy. They got a new quarterback, new pieces, and so the region is going to be tough, and I'm excited about it for the challenge, because it's guys we've seen, guys we've built a bond with. The coaches in the GIA, I mean, in our region, we all have a great relationship. Yesterday, I took my JV to Bethlehem Christian. You know, that's one team we haven't beat in this region, but for them to be willing to give work and to extend the invite for us to just work. It's all competition. We all want to get better. We all want to see each other do well, because when we go to the playoffs, we are in AAA. They're still 4A. And so we want to be able to make a deep run, but iron sharpens iron. So I'm actually excited about what it's going to take to get to that point. And in our non-region schedule this year, is one of those things that allow us to be prepared for when we get to the region, because you got Strong Rock, that's a really good team in the GIA. We got Chestatee on the schedule, that's a Hall County school. And so you know the difference between into the eyes of Hall County, the GIA and the GHSA. And so it gives us a chance to see where we stand in that realm.
If I'm not mistaken, also you're playing Lanier Christian also. Is that still on the schedule, or?
So
and they're a defending state champion in their level. So
unfortunately, Lanier Christian with things going on, they had to drop out. They're going to 9-man football, and so with them going to 9-man football, we picked up another team in the GIA who went 7-3 in AA in Flint River. So they're right outside of LaGrange. So it's another tough opponent in the GIA. And so, you know, it's power rankings in that level. So scheduling somebody in the GIA who went 7-3, who the computer boards look at is a pretty good, solid football team. It gives us a chance to continue to try to build upon those power rankings so that we can eventually host another playoff game.
Christian, I just wanted to ask you, what are your own personal expectations for yourself this season?
I think the main thing for me is just making sure that I'm 100% healthy when I come back, because I'm really ready to dominate. Coach speaks about like our big region games, like that's my favorite time. Like playing against George Walton at night at their home field, the band and everything out there, I love it. I love the great competition. I just want to come out and dominate. That's what I do, and that's what I'm going to continue to do, alongside with my great teammates that are standing next to me.
And you can pass it down the line. Just guys, talk a little bit about having a program with some tradition, 3 straight years going to the playoffs. What does it mean to you to keep that run going?
Yes, sir. Just super big, especially around the school, because we're a K through 12 school. So just being able to see everybody, all the support from the little kids up to the high schoolers, just big family community over at Lakeview. So we're just super blessed to have that environment, and it just means a lot to make a big run, kind of just for the team, but also for the school in general. So we're excited. We're ready to get after it.
I mean, it feels great to have another big run. I feel like we're going to have another one this year coming up. We're going to be real young. I feel like we're real strong. I want to do a better part on trying to lead the team some more. But, we got a lot of support through the fans. I feel like we've kind of been doubted a little bit just because we Lakeview, but we still going to be strong. We're going to show them what's really like.
All right. I think we're going to do really good this season, especially in the playoffs. I think we're going to make a deep run in the playoffs and try to win state, which I think we can win state. We're those young, but we're really big up front with returning guys such as me, Brody, Will, and Blake. That's going to be a really big factor of our team, our run game. If we can run the ball, we can control the game.
All right. Well, I would like to thank Coach Coleman. Guys, thank you for joining us today for Media Day, and best of luck this season in 2026.